I'm Lizzie,
And I'm Stephanie, and we've banged someone we met online.
and that is why we are not pink. Hi, I'm Lizzie,
And I'm Stephanie.
and today we're going to talk about the subject of online dating. Definitely something that everybody knows about, and it's pretty common nowadays. Statistics from statisticbrain.com say that over 54 million people in the U.S. are classified as single, and 41.3 million have tried online dating. So,
Wow.
yeah. So it's something that pretty much everybody who is looking for a relationship tries.
Yeah, and that statistic's not that unbelievable because 100% of the people in this room have tried online dating, and those of them that are single are using it. So 100% of the single people in this room.
Me, cough, cough.
Basically, online dating, what is the difference? Like, why? Why is it so popular? Like, why has everyone in this room used it?
Well, I think it also just has to do with the fact of we have the technology now, so I mean it's the same reason why social media is so popular. So
yeah, back in 1880 you couldn't go online and find you a boo.
No.
You had to, I don't know what they did.
They had the VHS recordings that you would
not in 1880. I said 1880. Yeah, in 1980 they had that shit. Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I like long walks on the beach. I'm glad we don't have to do that.
I was say in 1880 our father would just trade us for a sheep.
Yeah, your dad would be like, hey, you're going to marry this guy that's old enough to be your grandpa because I said so, and we got cheese because of it.
Yep.
No, I think online dating, I think that's an awesome point that technology is a huge thing. Mm-hmm. But I think vastly, I know a lot of people say that they're like tired of the bar scene, and we'll get into that later about what the differences actually are. But I know for me, I don't like going to the bar at all. It's not that I don't like meeting people at the bar, but I don't like going to the bar. You know that.
Yep.
I'll go to like a restaurant and get a drink, but I really don't like the bar setting.
She never wants to come with me. Always makes me sad.
She'll be like blocks away from my house. And she'll be like, I'm right here, come. And I'm like, yeah. Is there more than just you there? Because I don't think I want to be there. Do I have to parallel park? What, do I have to park and walk? Yeah, I'm not all about that life.
You just make me come here.
Yeah. So those are the basic differences. Just the physical difference that dating through friends or through meeting people in public, you have to actually be face to face.
Yeah.
Online dating, you can take your time not having to actually face the person. What's crazy to me is that online dating, like you said, is so popular now, and it's not something that could have been popular until like devices and internet became more readily available. Like just people in our age group I remember when we didn't have internet at all. We had a computer, no internet. I remember when we had dial-up, and then DSL was so much better, and now DSL is the shit internet and all that. But since online dating's got popular, people are really banking off of it because those of you who use online dating know that there are free sites and there's pay-to-use sites.
And then most of those free sites have upgrades that cost money.
Yeah, and advertising. Mm-hmm. I know for me, when I was still active on online dating, it would always have like advertisement bars for like stores I shopped at online. Like obviously some cookie shit going on there. But like annually, the online dating industry earns fucking $1.2 billion in revenue.
That's just
off of sad single Americans. All of our statistics apply to Americans. Sorry, everyone else.
But I mean, it just kind of also just shows how much somebody's willing to go to find that one person.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
Yeah. The United States is willing to spend over $1 billion to find love.
Yeah, but with people who pay for it, especially people who pay for fucking online dating. I have never done that.
I've never done it either.
But I haven't paid for upgrades or anything of that sort, so I've done nothing but free online dating. But is like online dating really that different? Is it like? It almost seems like online dating is like revolutionary these days. Like,
oh yeah, I completely agree.
Like I feel like if it wasn't to me, and 90% of my dating career has been through online dating, because since I was old enough to date, the internet has been there. But for me, I feel like if it was not for online dating, I wouldn't have met my significant other that I'm currently with in a long-term relationship. So for me, I don't know if it's really revolutionary, but I don't know how I would be getting by without it.
And I think that's exactly what makes it revolutionary is it gives people the chance that, like you, that don't like going into bars and really out in public. Public. That's a whole different place. No, people like you that don't really like going out in public very much, it gives them the chance to meet somebody without having to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, which kind of, I'm sure, makes you more yourself online than how you are out in public trying to meet people.
That is definitely for sure. And I know for me, with online dating too, conversation is really important to me. If you're in a loud place, how much conversation can you really have?
Yeah.
Because all I want to do,
movie where you can't even talk.
So. I don't want to go sit in a loud place together where we can't talk. I want to be 80 and still having things to talk about because I can talk forever. Yeah. So I want someone who's going to listen to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. What's crazy, though, is, like, with online dating being different, would you think that more women or more men would do it, like, off the top of your head?
Well, I mean, I guess off the top of my head, I would think men... Well, I guess I could kind of see both sides. I could see men wanting to do it as, an easy way to get, like, a bang. But I could see women doing it more to find love.
Long-term yeah. Well, interesting.
Especially older women who are getting on the desperate side.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, 55.4% of online dating users are men. So, according to statisticsbrain.com.
Yes.
Only 44.6% of online dating users are women. So, according to these, it's about half and half. I would like to, side note, mention that the statistics we found did not mention any genders other than the two quote-unquote standard cisgenders.
Yes.
Only mentioned men and women. I apologize for that. That's just what we found.
Yeah.
So don't comment and hate about it because I'm aware that it's a little two-sided and there's more than two sides.
White,
There's more than two sides, yeah. But, again, it's pretty even. There's about a 10% gap between men and women users. But for the most part, that's pretty much half and half.
Yeah.
Which is the same, if not better, than the statistics at the bar, wouldn't you say? Because I know people always say that they don't like the bar dating scene because it's all horny guys wanting to fuck chicks.
Yeah.
So is that true? Or is the bars really more? Because according to this, it seems like online dating is pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, my personal opinion, that's what I believe, is that whenever I go out to the bar, because I enjoy going out to the bar and dancing and listening to music and stuff, I feel like there are more guys there than girls. Well, maybe it's pretty even population-wise, but seeking attraction to another person,
seeking a romantic partner, whether it be for the evening or for a while.
Yeah, it's typically men searching for women, and not women searching for men. Most girls that go out to the bar are going with other girls to have fun together.
Yeah, like happy hour.
Yeah, girls' night out. So yeah,
true.
Yeah,
that's really true. So, do you think that online dating is just for Do you think online dating is like that too, where it's all sex based?
See, I don't think so. I feel like most people that are on online dating sites are actually looking for maybe not like the person they're going to marry, but somebody to be more than a friend.
More of a companionship,
Yeah.
which is always the way I looked at it. That's
Yeah.
for sure. As a companionship.
Yeah. Because frankly, I feel like, I mean, not to say that there aren't people out on those dating sites that are just looking for a one bang, but like we said in the intro, we've both had that one night stand that we met online. So,
Yeah.
not
yeah.
to say that those people aren't out there.
Yeah, they definitely are. What's actually crazy is, again, on our fancy statistics website, our one website, it's estimated that 33% of women who have used online dating have had a sexual encounter with someone the first time they met them. This is what Lizzie and I are talking about. We have done this.
So, in your opinion, do you think 33% is a high number or a low
No.
number?
Because it doesn't say 33% it like seeked out that. It doesn't
Yeah.
even say it's intentional. So I guess it's all about interpretation. But even if that 33% was intentional, that's not that much to me.
Yeah.
Because that leaves 70% of people on. If that means 70% of the women on online dating want committed relationships, but I don't think having sex the first time means you don't.
Yeah.
I
I guess
I
compared
definitely don't
to
interpret it that
the
way.
bar scene, I mean, even if you're a guy and if you're a guy searching for a girl and you find a girl to actually talk to you, how often?
To actually talk to you.
How often are
You're
you just
fucking
like
lucky
giving her your phone number and then a hug goodbye? If you're at a bar getting drunk, no, somebody's going home with somebody else.
Yeah, especially when people are alone.
Yeah.
That's what gets me at bars, is when people are just sitting there alone.
So I'm assuming that if we were to do a bar scene statistic, it would be a much higher sex the first time you meet percentage than this 33%.
Oh, I bet it would be way higher. I mean, I know that a lot of couples do meet that way, but I bet that the ratio of couples who meet in a bar and last a long time to couples who meet in a bar and just bang, it's probably overwhelmingly different.
Yeah.
I know for me, on online dating sites, there are people who straight up put on their page that they only want sex.
Yeah.
And then there's the majority of people don't, even if they do, they don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I know for me, my profile obviously had the generic demographics that you have on your Facebook. You know, they're anywhere. Then there's a little bit of extra stuff about like your sexual preferences and blah, blah, blah. And then I personally like to have those profiles where I can put bits of my interests.
Yeah.
Like things that are important to me.
Yeah.
Whether it be obviously like TV shows and stuff like that, or things I like to do.
Hobbies and
Yeah, stuff like
favorite
that.
foods.
But I like to really make sure my profile, when I had one, had something more about my personality. Like, I didn't just want to be like, hey, I'm a 20-year-old female looking for a dude.
Yeah.
I live in Kansas City, hit me up.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have one open right now, and I feel like there's parts in it that I kind of make more silly to kind of show off my personality, like obviously not being very serious in those areas.
Yeah.
So
Make them laugh,
yeah.
make them laugh, make them laugh.
But yeah, like for example, one of my websites, it says like, what are things that you think about most often? And I have like, who was the first person to use blue in tampon and pad commercials? But just things like that, just like random
really,
things.
like
yeah.
really quirky
Yeah.
things.
Just because then it kind of shows off my personality, like, oh, this bitch is kind of
Yeah.
silly. I
See,
like kind of silly bitches.
I know not only when I'm making my profile or whatever, but when I'm looking at someone's profile, anytime they make corny jokes like that, or I make corny jokes like
Yeah.
that, I'm always concerned that maybe they won't think I'm taking it seriously. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because you want to find that person who sees your thing about who was the first person that thought to use that blue liquid in tampon commercials.
Yeah.
You want a dude that's going to find that funny.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way. I don't know if I had anything funny on my profile, but I tried. Unfortunately, I'm sure anyone who's used online dating knows about this. There's a plethora of shitty, overdone cliche profiles or just poorly built profiles. I know one of the biggest cliches I remember from my days on online dating and from being a fan of the movie is a lot of people take that monologue from American Psycho and put it into their thing. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Because it's like talking about how he takes care of his skin and like what he eats. I don't remember the whole thing off the top of my head at the moment, but I see that on there a lot. And when you see it, you know what it is if you've seen the movie. And then there's also the I'm not like other guys. That's like the biggest.
I'll have to
cliche.
say, I think I'll have to admit to that one because I think I can quote myself that I say somewhere in it that I'm not like most girls. Because,
I'm not like most girls in the fact that when I say that, I mean it.
Yeah.
That's what I always want
Yeah.
to tell people. But no, guys put crap like that on there all the time. Or, I see a lot of guys who are like, hate being lied to and I hate being cheated on. And I don't see girls that do that. So it makes me think that guys are just saying that because they're like, fuck bitches and fuck their drama from the get-go. Something stupid like that.
Or like, I hate being cheated on and I hate being lied to, so I'm not going to do that to you. So you don't have to worry
I know
about
what it feels like to be hurt, baby. I'm not going to be hurting you. And then what do? If I had $1 for every time someone told me they didn't want to hurt me and ended up doing exactly that, I'd have a lot of dollars.
I could retire at the age of 23.
Yeah. Doesn't mean anything. Don't just tell me you're not going to. Just don't do it. It's an easy task. I think one other cliche I commonly saw was shitty pictures. And I'm not talking about dudes that I didn't find attractive. I'm talking about dudes where, for example, each one of their pictures on their profile is them in a large group of people.
Yeah.
Every fucking picture, they're in a large group of people. And you have to try to go and see which person is in all 6
in every
pictures.
Single one, yeah.
Bullshit. Or when every picture they're with a chick, whether it's the same chick or different chicks, and there's no caption. It's like, is that your sister? Is that your cousin? Is that your girlfriend? Is that your ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Is that some chick you bang?
So, yeah,
Because I think about stuff like that.
No, the pictures like that drive me crazy is when they're with like a little kid. And there's there's like a whole bunch of pictures.
Is that your kid?
Yeah, it's like
that's what I'm always asking myself.
Like, is that your kid? Not that I have anything wrong with like seeing a guy that's got a kid, but it's like that's something that I would want to know ahead of time because I don't plan on being a mother for a really, 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 really long time.
Yeah.
So.
And then you go to that part on their profile where it says if they have kids and it's like got the dash because it's blank.
Yeah. Then you're even more suspicious. Yeah.
Fuck. It's the same thing with like people smoking cigarettes and other stuff. You're like, fuck, you left that blank. Does that mean you do it and you don't want anyone to know? Or does that mean you don't do it? Like, what the fuck? Stop tricking my brain. The mind games have already started. Of course, there are people, too, who put pictures. I don't know if I'm sure you've fucking seen this. I'm sure everyone's fucking seen this. When someone is like a 28-year-old male, 28-year-old female. I don't see females doing it, actually.
Yeah.
Scratch that shit. 28-year-old male. His fucking profile picture is his senior picture from like a decade ago.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen shit like that? Like their football, like all posy, their senior pictures?
Or like the pictures that still have like, have the date.
Yeah,
and,
you can tell how it's old it is. Like
it's from like 2010. And it's like, that was you 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you look like 4 years ago.
I noticed that, I guess I haven't mentioned this before, but typically, currently and in the past, I've dated older men. And older men do that a lot. because they're fucking 50. They don't want. I haven't dated a 50-year-old, but I'm just saying they pop up.
Yeah.
A 50-year-old doesn't want you to know what he looks like at 50. He wants you to see that picture of him when he was 30 at his daughter's graduation.
Yeah.
You know, he wants you to see that fucking bullshit.
At his prime.
It is a picture of them, but it is misleading. And reminds me of something else I wanted to talk about, actually. Again, I'm sure everyone's heard of it. Catfishing, which is a term, and there's a show about it. We're not sponsored by that shit, so we're not going to endorse it. But this concept of catfishing, I understand it, and I agree with it, sort of, but I don't agree with it totally. Because like what we were just talking about, if Joe Blow has a picture of him from 10 years ago, that's not catfishing. He just had a shitty old picture, and you should know that it's a fucking shitty old picture.
Yeah.
Catfishing is when it's a dude, like a 80-year-old dude sending pictures of a 20-year-old girl, and then you meet her, and she's actually an 80-year-old dude. Like, if they send a picture that's totally not of them, that's catfishing.
Yeah.
Sending an old or shitty picture of yourself or a misleading picture. Because and this is why I feel passionately about this. I'm going to go on a little fat bitch rant for a second.
Yes.
I commonly hear people using the term catfishing to describe fat chicks and online dating. I don't know about you. I identify as a fat chick, a fat babe. I love being... I get it. Don't blow my mind with all the statistics of why it's bad being fat, but I'm not going to cry about it. I'm happy being fat at this very day and age. I'm a fat babe on online dating. I met my boyfriend on online dating. But if I didn't look as fat as I am in real life in one of my pictures, that's not catfishing.
Yeah.
That's you need to get the fuck over your body standards and appreciate my awesome selfie, whether or not it shows that I weigh 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Right? So, what do you think about catfishing?
No, yeah,
like, I really want to talk
agree,
about it because I see people using it so loosely, especially to describe like fat chicks with online dating, and I think it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's catfishing at all. I agree with you, and then also to add things like, what I see a lot is somebody says that they make this much money, and then when you get to meet them, oh no, that's actually a lie.
Yeah, their income says like it's $100K, and then they're like, oh well, right now I'm self-employed.
Yeah, it's like no. Or when they say they make like over 50,000 annually, and you meet them and they work at McDonald's.
Yeah,
it's like no.
Which there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's.
Yeah. Just be honest about it.
Yeah, people lie though because they're. I mean, to be for real for a second, talk about some feels. They're probably really insecure about the fact that they do work at McDonald's, and that's a whole nother topic. The society is fucked up. That people have to think they have to be one way or the other to be acceptable, to be dated. That's a bunch of bullshit. But what's crazy is it is noted that men lie the most about age, height, and income. So you mentioned income. For me, I don't think I've ever had anyone lie about their age to me. No one that I've stuck around with for very long has lied about that.
It probably happens more with the older generation
that's
that
what I was
also
thinking.
uses online dating.
Like
Most people aren't going to lie about being
like the people on Our Time or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, Our Time. We advertised you a little bit. I'm sure no one in that demographic listens to this. The height thing is a big deal for me because I am 5'9", pushing 5'10", and a lot of guys just say that they're 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", because it's average, and then I meet them and they're fucking 5'6", which again is fine, but that's lying. Mm-hmm. Like, lying is lying to me, so
yeah,
that's interesting. And then, so men lie about that shit. So age, height, and income, but women on online dating lie most about weight, physical build, and their age. The women and the age thing doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
That's like a cliche thing. Again, probably goes more with the older crowd. Hopefully there's not young people on there saying they're 18. Be careful, I guess, of that.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
I will say, one thing we have failed to touch on is like online dating via social media versus online dating sites. And I know when I was under 18 on like AOL and stuff like that, I definitely lied about my age. a cute guy was messaging, if a cute emo scene kid from Zynga was messaging me and he was 20, I said I was 17.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah,
don't
I
do that.
yeah.
It's bad. Do not do that. Especially on an actual dating site, because people, like we said, are most likely looking for actual relationships.
Yeah.
So you should not be lying about stuff like that. What kind of pisses me off about that, though, it said women lie about their weight and their physical build, which I guess in my mind seem like the same thing. Again, like I said, just fuck your body standards. Get over it.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's... I guess it's bad if you're, like, saying you're skinny when you're not. But whatever. I don't think it's a big deal.
I think it just kind of shows, like, how we differ from the average woman. The average woman doesn't want to admit,
exactly.
like, how much they weigh, or, like, if they...
See, because what I said before, what pisses me off about the weight and the physical build is weight, to me, is like the number.
Yeah.
And I know, like all these statistics point to, most guys, not all guys, I hate saying that, but
yeah.
most guys only care about looks, and weight is the number. They don't care about what fucking number comes up when I step on the scale.
Yeah.
They care about what I look like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually interesting because out of all online dating users, all of them, men, women, whoever in between, I'm sure is included in this one, 49% of all online dating users do admit that looks are the most important factor to them when searching for a match online.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of leaves me speechless. It's kind of mind-boggling.
I mean, I kind of get it. And I think it just kind of shows the difference between what it's like dating online and dating the old, quote-unquote old-fashioned way where you had to go out and meet somebody. When you're looking at somebody's online profile, like we discussed, you're really not meeting them. You're just kind of knowing some information about them. And maybe you might see a little bit of their personality, but not as much as you would see going out and meeting somebody face-to-face for the first time. So really the only thing that you have to judge this person on is their appearance and their photos. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you go out and you start talking to somebody, they might have like a huge butter face, but they might be super funny, and you might be really into super funny guys.
And you might miss out on that because you saw their butter face straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit that I have seen lots. I've had lots of guys message me on online dating sites that I ignored because I did not find them to be attractive in my view. Like they just didn't appear to be the kind of guy that I would find attractive, so I ignored their message. But if I had met them in person, yeah, they might not look like the stereotypical guy that I'm attracted to, but they might be super cool and super into the same stuff that I am, and I lost that chance of meeting them because I just looked at their appearance. So
yeah,
I'll be with that percentage. Yeah,
I can see that. I know for me, with my current boyfriend, he had like one picture on his profile that didn't even show his face. But we, like you said, we got to know each other, and I don't know, I guess the little bit that was in the picture wasn't bad, so maybe I did judge on looks. But I do think that I rely on those different sites that have opportunities for you to express your personality.
Yeah.
So I know you talked about making sure you like to make sure you add your personality on your profile. And I think that goes obviously directly with making sure you use an online dating site where you can put in more about your personality.
Yeah.
I know one person who doesn't agree with that, I guess, and keeps using a site that has the bare minimum. But I think the difference in the different sites and the different methods make a huge difference.
Yeah. One of my favorite things on social media or on dating sites, not social media, is when you can ask like questions. They ask you questions and you answer them, and it gives like it takes the questions that you've answered and develops like a your personality, like you're like this much percent more like this than other people, and then
like you're
yeah.
more romantic. Like when you're
Yeah.
looking at a match, it's like you're 5% more romantic than this guy,
Yeah.
or he's like 10% more outgoing than you. Because I know, I remember looking at stuff like that when
Yeah.
I used online dating.
But then it kind of, it'll make like 1% that it's like you guys could, like there's a 80% chance that you guys could be a match. And I definitely look at that a lot, because if I see that if I see somebody and it's like a 2% match, I'm like, all right, clearly,
there's got to be something wrong.
Clearly him and I would probably just want to murder each other.
Yeah, I don't
not
think
date.
you can put full faith into those online dating algorithms where they spit out those percentages, because you're always going to have people who have only answered a few questions when you've answered a billion, or people who haven't answered any questions, or people who answer all their questions in a fucked up way.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to be your own judge. But I definitely don't think the person I'm with now, we definitely had a decent match. Any person I've dated where it lasted for more than 30 seconds, we had a pretty good match. Like, I've never really even met someone. I've met people I had 0 matches with because they didn't have anything filled out. But I haven't met anyone. See, I feel like I started online dating when I was 18, and I'm now 23. And I've been with Brett since I was 22. So I did online dating for pretty much 4 fucking solid years.
Yeah.
It's crazy, because in those 4 years, I met my ex that I also lived with at the time. We met online.
Yeah.
And that lasted for a long-term amount of time.
Yeah.
You know, a couple years. And other than that, it's been like casual dating. Like, there's been people that it was definitely more than a hookup, but it wasn't anything serious.
Yeah.
I do think, though, one thing online dating did for me, my big ta-da moment with online dating, is in high school dating is hard. Because you're around the same group of people, all your friends around, again, the same group of people. Like, yeah, you might have a job, where you meet other dudes, whatever. But for me, I felt like I almost, couldn't get over the dudes I did like because they were right there. If I liked a guy and he rejected me, I still had to see him in math class. Because it's fucking high school. And then plus, it's fucking high school, so nothing lasts. So I feel like in high school, I had very minimal dating experience. But between, like I said, 18 and 22, I feel like I really caught up on that high school dating, because I constantly was usually dating or talking to someone thanks to online dating. So that's kind of my personal hurrah with it. Of course, there's a slew of other stories that are
and see, I'm
comical and tragic and
see, and
heartbreaking.
I've been pretty even on the, like, throughout my entire dating career, I guess, if you want to call it.
Yeah, that's what I called it.
It's a full-time job. Dating me, it's a full-time job. But I'm pretty even on the, like, guys that I've dated, not had sex with, but dated online compared to, like, meeting them online compared to meeting them in a social situation, whether it be school or at a bar or at a party or something like that. Obviously, none of them have worked for me. You've had online dating work for you. That is yet to happen with me because I am single. But I mean,
see, and I never had in-person dating. Has never worked for me. I've never like went exclusive long term with someone that I met in person.
Yeah.
That makes me sound so fucked up. I promise I'm not that weird.
I'm
fat. That's my problem. People have to find out how funny and awesome I am because society tells them that dating me is gross. Haha, isn't that not funny?
See, I think that's always been my problem, is I'm at that, like, awkward wait stage where if it's a guy that's into really big women, I'm too skinny for him. And if there's a guy that's, like, into super skinny women, I'm too fat for him. So I'm just, like, at this, like, I can't please anyone.
I might be fat, I might not be. It depends on what you're into. I'm just straight up there. I know I'm there. And like I said, I don't mind. That's fucking crazy. How long have you been doing online dating?
I mean, I started around the same time you did. I've been doing it for
As soon as you're old enough, get on there.
Yeah. I started.
I definitely
doing it
was
about
on
4
before we
years.
graduated, even before we graduated high school.
Oh, see,
Because I got on
yeah.
like the day I turned 18.
See, I didn't. I wasn't that. I started maybe like 19, almost 20. So.
So I did it way longer than
Yeah.
you did. That's why it caught me a good one, because I put in my time. So that's my advice going out. I just would like to say, for those of you who do use online dating, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you will meet your soulmate
Yeah.
at a concert or at the bar or at the grocery store or whatever. I know tons of people who have done that and it worked for them and went awesome, and that's what they recommend. For me, putting in the time and being patient via online dating so far has seemed to work out for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I think.
Hopefully it
yeah.
continues to work out for me, because I'm very happy where I'm at now.
Yeah, I would have to say, like, whether you're more into online dating or more into, like, meeting somebody face to face for the first time, just, like, don't really shut something down just because it might sound uncomfortable to you or something like that. Just keep your options open, because, like you said, I mean, if you're into online dating, don't make that be, like, the one thing. Like, I have to meet my boyfriend online. Like, if you meet a guy at a concert or at a party, like,
That's awesome.
yeah, get to know them.
And
then, same goes with the other way. If you're somebody that meeting somebody online just sounds baffling to you, like, and you're struggling with finding somebody, give it a try.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah.
And add to that,
Mm-hmm.
the days of online dating being shameful are over. Everyone online dates from 18 to 80. Everyone online dates. I'm sure at your job, at your school, wherever the fuck you are, most of the people in the group have tried
Yeah.
online dating, unless you hang out in a weird, massive clan of people who only date people they meet in person.
Amish people.
Then you're fucking crazy. That's different. Amish people don't have the internet. They're back in 1880 time, where they don't fucking have online dating. But we would love to hear your stories, your thoughts on online dating.
Yeah.
What you thought about some of these statistics we threw down for you. Has online dating worked for you? Have you swore off of it? Are you interested in
Yeah.
trying it?
Have you had a really bad catfish?
Yeah, let us know. Like, if your story is fucking funny enough, we will definitely mention it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for the funny story.
Mm-hmm.
You can get us at Not Pink Podcast on Twitter.
Yeah.
My personal Twitter is at Pizza Butt Stuff.
Hot.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to find.
And I'm Lizzie with an axe, just like Lizzie Borden. So
There's a new movie about that on
yeah,
Netflix.
I recommend it. It's
So
good.
thanks for listening. We had, again, fun talking with you. Hit us up on the Twitter, and we'll hear from you later.
Bye.